Previously on the Many-Sided. Our adventurers continued searching through the Cragmaw hideout and brought the rule of the dreaded Clarg to an end. They found out Phine is actually Raynar Neverember, a noble whose father hid thousands of gold in Waterdeep. After reaching Phandalin and resting at the Stonehill Inn, the group is now ready to explore the town. Welcome to the Many-Sided.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? So, you guys bedded down for the night in a secure location in a tavern. None of you had to set watches unless you wanted to. But I don't think anyone did. Although you only meditate for 4 hours, so you're kind of watching half the time.
Creepily observe my new sleeping friends.
Eventually, the murmuring stops and an eye cracks open and you're looking around the room. Should I rob these people? What you do notice, though, is that Fency is gone. He must have left during the night at some point. He is not there.
He's kidnapped.
Possibly. I don't know. But yeah, eventually dawn comes. The light starts to creep in through the window, and the room gets lighter and lighter, and the rest of you gain consciousness. The sounds and smells of the busy kitchen below and people eating and talking about what they're going to be doing that day kind of filter up through the thin floorboards. From outside, you can hear the sounds of wagons and horses and mules baying as they're being led to the market and to the smithy and stuff. The town sounds alive and ready for some adventurers.
Welcome to the world of the living, my friends. How was your sleeps?
Not long enough.
Yours never are.
Alright. Just this headache would go away though. I had a little too many ciders last night.
That will happen, sugar. I'm gonna put my clothes on.
So Mara sleeps naked. That's canon now.
I was saying you could just not.
That's a little drafty right now.
Where's Fency? Where'd he go?
You talking to me, JC?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not his keeper.
Oh, well. I left you guys at the table last night after storming off, so...
Yeah, he left the table. I stayed for an extra drink, and I met Elsa.
Nice. Who's Elsa?
That's one of the barmaids here. And then
She's the queen of air
she's an undercover boss. Went outside, just took a quick look around, and came back in, went to bed.
Okay.
When I came upstairs, y'all were in here.
Should we go see if they got any food and breakfast or anything? Yep.
If we must.
Hungry.
Yeah, the smells of sizzling, probably a pork of some sort, bacon, maybe a back bacon, something. The smells of that kind of permeating the room as you speak.
Yeah, they're cooking. Smells good.
Karl probably wants another potato.
He probably does want potatoes. I won't get it.
As you guys come down the stairs, the creaky floorboards give way to you, and you see the proprietor working behind the bar. I believe you guys were introduced to him as Toblin. He's busy working away. He looks doesn't look tired at all. Looks like he's had a good night's sleep. His wife is not here, though. Instead, there is Elsa that you recognize walking around serving platters of eggs and bacon and stuff and sausages as well to the miners and prospectors before they head out. You also all recognize Phine, who's sitting at a table all on his own. He's got spectacles on and he seems to be reading a scroll of some sort.
More nods. Let's go, Bellman. You lead the way, sugar. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna lead the way.
Which I guess you guys do know that he's not actually Phine. His name is actually Raynar Neverember. So yeah, as you guys approach and making it known that you're going to be sitting at his table, you see he quickly kind of grabs his stuff and he starts to kind of scooch over, making room for you.
Well, I'm not that big.
Well, there's quite a lot of you, so I just want to make sure there's room for everyone.
You go with me, I'll squish it.
Everyone's scared of him or something. I would recommend the coffee that they have, and the sausage seems to be really quite nice today. It's got a nice kind of firm skin on it that kind of breaks really good. I highly recommend it.
Sounds delicious.
How'd you all sleep? You see you're lacking one of your crew as well. The shorter guy, I can't remember his name.
Here.
Shorter than you.
Sorry about him.
He's dead. He's dead to me.
Well, Fency
Dead
and
to you?
JC had an argument, so...
That's right.
Oh, what happened, if you don't mind my asking?
Just a little spat.
These things do happen from time to
The
time.
balls.
Yeah, it's about my balls. Just
I didn't realize you were such a close group. But
Neither did I.
Well, Bellman, you weren't there for the conversation. It was quite rambunctious.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yep. And how did you sleep? What do you want to be called while you were here? Raina or Phine? Which one?
Well, actually, I'd prefer if you continued to call me Phine. That was the name that we came in disguise under. I'm just worried that if my name gets out that I'm here, it's going to draw even more unwanted attention to Phandalin, due to these rumors of gold hidden in Waterdeep.
Well, all right then, Floon. How was your sleep?
It was... Excuse me. It was good. I slept kind of like a baby. But I really think we should find Gundren. He's... I'm worried for him. I also, when I went to the Townmaster's Hall, their town wizard, who's a member of the Lord's Alliance, has gone missing as well. Name of Iarno.
The Lord's Alliance.
Yeah. Which, if any of you want to roll a history check on the Lord's Alliance, or if you just know what their organization is, you can also just chime in.
And sorry, what was his name?
Iarno. I-A-R-N-O. Yeah, I believe his last name was like Albrecht or something like that.
Where was he last seen?
Well, the Lord's Alliance sent him down to kind of establish a presence here while the town is rebuilding itself. The Lord's Alliance kind of wants to encourage commerce and growth between establishments and want to maintain safe roads and highways in between all the settlements. So Phandalin being back on the map is quite important, especially along the long road here. Or, sorry, along the high road.
Well, when you found out that he was missing, did you happen to get where he was last seen?
From what I understand, he was last seen at the Townmaster's Hall. Kind of in the office that the town wizard has there. Apparently some of his stuff is still in the room. It's kind of like disappeared either hastily or in a manner that he was not planning on disappearing in.
That's what happens when you deal with wizards.
That's true.
Just untrustworthy. Hiding behind their magic at all times.
Says the rogue.
I'm a stabby rogue, though. I'm out.
Eventually the little dwarf waitress comes up, little Elsa. You recognize her. She comes up, very cherubic looking. You guys wanting some food today?
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
What would you like? We have potatoes, bacon, sausage, eggs. We got a huge shipment of potatoes in, like a giant 2,000-pound bag of potatoes from one of the farm. It was weird. But we got potatoes galore.
Well, do you have any fruit?
I could probably rummage up some fruit for you.
Well, I'll take some fruit, some toast, and some mashed potatoes, please.
All right. It'll probably just be like apples and maybe a couple oranges I can scrounge up. Won't be much.
That'd be perfect.
All right. Are you guys adventurers by chance?
No.
No.
What gave it away?
Really?
You just look. You don't really look like miners or prospectors or settlers. You look like...
I assure you,
just
I
look
am
like
of
adventurers.
age to be here.
What?
I assure you, I am of age to be here.
Oh, I...
See you ready.
Roll deception.
Yeah, we don't really have an age limit on coming in here.
You meant minor work? Yes.
Yeah, like with the pickaxe.
Yeah, I
and-
knew that.
Yeah.
Don't.
He kind of looks at you weird. Okay. But I'm just excited because the only other adventurer I've met is Darren. He looks after the orchard. And she kind of points out the building to the kind of northwest of you. Just right over there, you can see all the trees that he's brought back to life. It was quite dead, I hear, quite a while ago.
Darren you speak of, hey?
Mm-hmm. He's also a drow. Do you know what a drow is?
No. What is a drow?
He's a purple elf.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They have the prettiest of skin colors, in my opinion.
And
Foul creatures, though.
yes, they have a very nefarious kind of reputation that follows them. It's so interesting.
Seems kind of prejudiced.
I'm sure he's going to take a liking to you. I've never met an elf who has green skin and green hair. It's rather fetching, I must say. And she kind of like squeezes her arms together as she leans on the table a little bit.
She have a beard.
A little bit coming in. Yeah. Karl reaches over and tussles her scruff. You just see her cheeks alight in like this crimson rose, and she just kind of, you see her heart's kind of skipping a beat, and she kind of lifts up a little bit, and then she just turns around and she runs to the kitchen.
Why would you do that, Matt? I haven't even ordered yet. I'm hungry.
Listen, if I can pay nothing for coffee and potatoes,
I'll
this
pay for
morning
your
is
coffee and
successful.
potatoes. I am hungry. I need something to cure this hangover.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I couldn't help
just
myself.
keep-
It was there.
Keep your emotions in check, man. Let's go.
Yeah, you look like you were kind of mesmerized by it. Like you were just like,
Gotta. That is.
I'm not saying she didn't like it though. She had this big smile on her face, but I mean, like, I'm hungry.
Don't be going touching my beard like that.
Kind of shuffles it off.
You have to remember, you sleep for 8 hours. I sit in the corner for 4.
That's not creepy.
Don't worry, I won't touch it. I'll just observe it very closely.
Okay.
A few minutes later, she comes walking over with a couple of large platters of food, potatoes, bacon, sausage, and she kind of just lays it out. She's like, yeah, sorry, I didn't actually get your order, so I just brought you a little bit of everything. She kind of casts a quick kind of glance at you, Karl, and kind of scurries back to her rounds. And you see Toblin, he's kind of leaning on the counter, and he's kind of just looking, and you just see him go, shake his head, like, You see him turns around, grabs like a bunch of mugs off the counter and a big cask. But from the cask, there's like some steam coming off of it, and he comes over, shuffles out a couple of mugs. There you go. Starts pouring out this black liquid that you guys all know is coffee. I don't have any sugar, but I can get you a bit of honey if you guys want.
I'm fine.
Yeah, some of the miners over here swear by putting salt in it.
Salt.
No.
Yeah.
Rock salt.
I don't know
For the
about that. For the skin. I'll take your word on that one, but I'll drink my coffee.
Let me take a pinch of salt.
All right. Yeah, he's got a little bowl that he brings over. It's like a pinkish brown looking salt, very coarse. And he kind of just lays it down in front of you. So help yourself.
Where's your beautiful wife?
She's out with Carp today, doing some adventuring and some shopping. She promised to take him out today. It's his birthday in a couple days, so they're shopping for a gift, something for him, a little toy or something.
Well, happy birthday to the little one.
He'll be happy you guys said that. Not many kids around here his age, so
Toblin, is it?
yeah.
Do you, by chance, have anything just a little bit stronger than honey that might be able to go in my coffee?
Oh, there's the salt there.
No. I'm talking a little
Here,
bit
have some.
stronger, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, like Billy's, or I don't know, some sort of. You never heard of whiskey, right?
We got some of the harder stuff behind the counter there. I usually don't bring it out to the afternoon, but...
Oh, I would kill for... I'll pay you double for a little ounce of it.
And you see his eyes just kind of light up. He's like, okay, just one shot of whiskey coming right up.
Excellent, thank you.
JC,
Yes?
do we need to be worried about your drinking habits?
Trust me, this is the only way to get rid of this headache.
That was...
It's just, you just have more, and then it just kind of disappears for a while and prolongs, and we're good. And then just forget about it.
You just never stop being drunk.
That's why he can't hit anything.
I didn't say that.
Don't start with me, man.
I'm
Not right now. Not right now.
It's alright. Keep it to myself.
You're good. Just let me have my
Boots are still
coffee.
fresh.
Let me have some coffee first.
Yeah, Tolan comes over with a shot glass for you, lays it down. Are your bills together or separate?
You know,
Together.
All right. He's like, well, the food, the coffee, and the shot of whiskey here, it'll be about, say, 5 silver.
I'll slide over gold for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Are you wanting the room again tonight?
I think we should just keep them on hand, yeah, just in case.
All right, I can reserve that for you. Let me look up my pricing here.
That's a little notebook.
yeah.
For the king size room, the 4 beds.
Puts on these oversized spectacles.
Yeah, so it'll be another 5 silver. So this gold I'll put towards that if you don't mind.
Well, all right then.
Then he goes back behind the bar and starts just continuing brewing more coffee and kind of just continuously polishing the bar.
Aren't you generous?
Keeps them coming. What's this stuff? Who do we all see here?
Looking around the bar right now, it looks like mainly just miners and prospectors. A lot of dwarves, a lot of humans, very dirty but hardy clothing. Like almost looks like canvas that they're wearing. The dwarves generally sport an apron as well that they wear, a heavy leather apron.
Any interesting conversation happening that we can hear?
Roll a perception check.
Is there any interesting conversation I can see? I think you observe it too, don't you? Yeah, so we can read lips.
All right, yeah.
As long as we understand.
checks. Very massive passive perception.
You don't see shit.
22.
22. So
Okay.
the table kind of right behind you, there's a couple of scruffy dwarves sitting there, and the one's leaning towards the other one, and he's like, there's still those marauders up north. Have been attacking trade caravans all along the road there. We need someone to run them off. Townmaster's doing nothing, even though he's had that posting up forever. I think goblins are working with the marauders too. All these goblins kind of invading this area lately. It's not good for work. Not good for any of us.
Is there someone sitting right there?
Sure.
Instead of paying attention to that, I'm just going to stare at their mouth and wait for them to talk or watch them talk.
Would you roll?
With a 20.
A 20? Dirty 20?
Yeah, dirty 20, yeah.
Alright. You think? Staring for a while. It's a female dwarf, and she's across from 2 other dwarves.
Apparently I have a thing for dwarves.
There's always a lot of dwarves in here.
That's fair, that's fair.
And you see her looking around, and she looks at the other 2, and she goes, I told you guys, he's okay. I'm allowed to be with whoever I want to be with.
This is what I want.
You're just my cousins anyway. It's not like you have any say in what I do.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a halfling, but I love him. Like, just back off. It's none of your business. And then the other dwarf
We're gonna
kind
play
of,
Love Guru.
No, I'm just gonna plant the seed in her mind when we leave and ruin her day.
I'll lean over a little bit and say, honey, where's this poster about the marauders and the goblins?
you're leaning over the back of
so-
to the dwarves. The one dwarf turns around, looks at you, gives you like this dead scowl. Not nice to be eavesdropping on people.
Well, I didn't. The way you were talking, I'm pretty sure everybody in this bar heard you.
I know. My mind went straight to that. I haven't been listening to your guys' conversation. You've been talking loud. I just kind of zero it out. That's
Well,
what polite folk do.
I apologize. I didn't zero it out.
It's like, but go to Townmaster's Hall. They have a bulletin board. Quite a few things are put up there.
Well, I appreciate you kindly. Thank you very much. I'll
Just
blow him a little kiss.
get a nice solid harumph from him, and he just kind of turns back around, drinks his coffee.
I didn't get a rump from that guy.
What did you get,
Dirty 20.
Mr. Belmere? Another dirty 20?
Very nice.
Plus 7.
Plus 2.
Yeah, so you're looking right across the tavern here to a group that's in the corner there. They've even turned their lantern down. It's a little dark, but you catch their lips moving as the two of them are talking. The one says, and it's humans that are talking, and a couple of dwarves across from them, which you're not going to be able to make out what they're saying. But the one human goes, well, yeah, that was Stel. He's dead now. He's got to be. That's what happens when you mess with the Crimson Rite. Like, they'll just take you right out.
You said Stel?
Thel.
Fell.
The other human that's sitting beside him kind of nudges him and says, man, you really shouldn't be talking about the Crimson Rite like that. They have ears everywhere. I tell you the truth, I haven't seen his wife or kids either since that day.
I'll relay that to them as quietly as I can.
What was the name again?
Thel.
Fell.
Phil?
Yeah, Thel. The other dwarf across from the girl that was talking about her love for this halfling, he says, your father, though, he's a king. We can't be having no princess here. Blooding our line with halfling blood. You need to come back and marry yourself a dwarf. We got one lined up, like we have to go.
Now I do want to play Love Guru and say
Yeah, they what I was saying.
shitty fucking. No, it's none of my business.
Dude,
I'll just put my nose.
you said it's royalty?
Well, I don't know if he's told you at all.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You told me?
Yeah. Wait, that's me that's observing this?
Yeah, those are the mouth readers.
Love Guru.
Oh. You want to know about the situation
Why
going on
just-
over there?
You don't have to say anything. It's your character.
Oh, well, no fuck. If you want, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, every time they say something, oh shit. Oh shit, it gets better. Maybe it's you. No, you know them.
I'll look and can I see if there's any dwarven royalty things that I might recognize?
Yeah, sure. Roll a perception check. Oh, that was a journey.
18.
18. It takes you a while to spy it, but on one of the dwarves, kind of on his shoulder, there's an embossment in the leather there of a foaming flagon of ale.
That's all I get from it. Don't really know.
Yeah. Unless you want to roll, I'll let you roll a history check on that. See if you.
Skilled or anything. Straight roll.
Okay.
15.
15.
I think you found your new dice.
I know.
It's an emblem you've seen before, but you've never seen it tied to any kind of royal lineage.
I'll tell Karl that.
What else are they saying, Karl?
She's in love with a halfling. So, Miss Princess is in fact in love with a halfling, which I mistook for her saying she loved a cousin, but she loves a halfling. They are her cousins. They do not want to bloody their bloodline. So she cannot be with the halfling. She must return to her kingdom to marry a dwarf that they have picked out for her. Because I assume their family is royalty, but probably broke as fuck. So if they marry her to an unattractive rich man, it's a win-win. Except for her, because she loves the halfling.
It's quite fancy.
It could be fancy.
One night. One night.
That's all I needed, apparently.
He is a tripod, after all.
Other than that, conversations as you look around and you're reading lips or you guys are listening, generally just tends to stray to the weather. The weather is supposed to be warmer today. The wind is supposed to die down. The sun should be shining almost all day long. Everyone's kind of looking forward to it, especially the miners as they head up into the hills and the mountains. Other than that, the occasional something about the Crimson Rite. Mainly it's just people talking about how they don't like them, how they seem to be kind of shaking people down or getting... It's like you get the impression that they're taking over the town, but no one knows how they're able to do it. Just general conversations like that.
Floon, what do you know about the presence of the Crimson Rite here?
Well, we heard that they had moved into town and they're supposed to be guards. That's what we were told. And when they first came in, that's what they did. Although we've heard tell that they've been actually shaking people down, stealing money, threatening people. Although I haven't seen it personally myself.
Well, you're a big, strong man. You could probably hold your own.
Like to think so. Appreciate that.
I mean, I did see how you'd use a bow, though. And a crossbow.
All you had to do was pull...
So, but...
I had been beaten up for days, and I admittedly, which I can admit as a man, that I was afraid for all of our lives.
You can still be afraid in battle, but you have to take that step. What if we needed you?
And I feel after watching how you all mustered together and beat those monsters, I feel that next time I will be able to do that.
And you saw this dwarf over here and you were scared? Like, look at the man. He's scary. He's scary. Like,
I'm not scared.
Well, he is a specimen, that's for sure. It's a compliment.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Means you're like in the top
of those
like
moments.
echelon of
What the
the...
fuck does that mean?
Would you call me?
But I encourage you all just go around, get to know the town. If you have any money to spend, Barthens and Lion Shield will help outfit you.
Is there any place you would recommend checking out while we're here?
Depends on what you're looking for. If you want any healing done, you can go to the temple. If you want supplies, Barthens. If you want weapons or armor, go to Lion Shield. We also have a smithy and a wood carver in town.
Talking like entertainment-wise, is there anything you would recommend?
There's the market. You know, people sell their knickknacks. I hear there's a feller who sells butter skulls, which is a thing, I guess.
Butter skulls, like skulls made of butter.
Yeah. Yeah, he specializes in, like, cow skulls.
Interesting. I heard in some places that there's butter eating competitions. Have you guys ever done that here?
That's disgusting. I've never heard of that, but if that's something that farmer would probably be into.
You should mention it to him. You might even be able to make a little festival or something out of it and get some more attraction here, some people coming by.
That's a good idea. I'll pass that on.
I've never tried it
Butter
myself.
eating contest.
You ever had butter by itself?
No, I never have, but I've heard people eat it. Never heard about those?
No. Not at all.
I like it on toast. It's good. Other than that. Oh, they use it in baking too.
Yes, they do.
I'm off of this whole thing is just getting fired up that this poor young lady cannot be with who she wants to be. I have a controlling mother, and this I get up. I walk over to that table.
Smack dwarf.
How are they seated? Like seated? How are they?
She
She by herself on one side, or she's
by herself on one side. Yeah, and the other two are on the other side.
Oh, I gotta see this. Lean over the table.
Yeah. Look past
Cousin
her.
1, cousin 2, and the female cousin.
I sit right next to her.
Oh, excuse us. It's a private conversation in booth we have.
I look at him dead in the eye. Is that one of the male cousins?
No, that was her that said as you sat down beside her. She's just like, oh, excuse me.
Well, honey, I apologize that I'm invading this, but while I was walking to my table, I couldn't help but overhear these two gentlemen say that you cannot be with who you want to be with just because of who they are. That's downright bigotry. That's downright racist. And you know what? I will have nothing of it. Sugar, you be with who you want.
And she
love-
puts her elbow on the table and kind of puts her head on and kind of swivels her head to her cousins, and she's just looking at them while you're talking like,
You be with who you want. Honey, it's your life. If they got a problem, your family got a problem, I got a controlling mother, and you know what? If she was here, I would slap that bitch in the mouth if I needed to. Because I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. People telling people what to do and how to do it. Honey, you be you.
How loud is Amara? She just yelling.
you sound a little fired up. You can see Amara over there just like talking and gesturing. And, yeah.
If I feel like they're gonna get hostile, I'm gonna cast my Fey Presence and intimidate the fuck out of them. Only if they feel like they're getting a little.
All right. Yeah, they don't really get aggressive. The one that's furthest from you in the corner, he's wearing like very like darker looking clothing, and he has a very dark black beard and bushy eyebrows. You can barely even see his face, but you get this almost like it's like the fur on hair on his face crosses inward. Like you can tell he's scowling, but not really. It's just all hair. The other one that's closer to you, the one in the leather wearing the armor that you had recognized the emblem on, he's much more finely dressed. His hair looks well looked after. It's combed and stuff. And you see him, he just kind of leans back in the desk or in the booth and rests his head on the back of the booth like he's just exhausted with this conversation. Then he leans forward and he's like, "Ma'am, I appreciate the words you've said, and they are true. However, there are responsibilities that need to be lived up to. And unfortunately, my cousin here is responsible to more than just herself. And we're trying to convince her. And by no means are we going to force her to go back. We just want to...
Persuade her.
Yes, and she can make her own decision after hearing the arguments that we have posed for her."
I look at her and I say, "Honey, again, it's your life. Do as you wish. Love who you want. But be sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Because if you go back there and you wed some jackass that you ain't gonna love, then what's it for?"
Yeah. And she looks across the table at her two cousins and she goes, "You know what?" And she looks at you. She goes, "I am going to go back. I'm going to go back. But he's coming with me. And we're going to get wed. And things are going to change."
I tap her on the shoulder. I give her a big old kiss on the cheek and I say, "Honey, you be that change. I love it. My name's Amara, and you know what? Send whatever correspondence here to the bar. I will likely get it, and you tell me how that change goes, because I would love to hear it."
Yeah. You see, she quickly scrolls her name down.
It's not going to go well. He doesn't love her.
Yeah. And she scrolls her name down and she goes, "You know what? I will, because it's important to build these bridges."
And you are?
So JC can burn them down.
Break the camel's back.
And you are, princess?
I am Herbadora.
Herbivora. Could you spell that, honey?
Hermadora. Hermadora. The clan of the foaming flagon. Blah, blah. Clan of the foaming flagon. Foaming. Did I say foaming again?
No, you said foaming.
Yeah, foaming flagon. Yeah, I got some wires crossed up in my brain or something.
Well, thank you for the conversation. I'm sorry I interrupted. You go back to your business.
No, it was exactly what I needed to hear. And then as soon as you kind of back up a bit, she just pushes herself up off the seat and marches out. Presumably on the way to get her little lover.
He doesn't love you!
And then the cousins get up, follow her. The one that's all in black kind of gets up and you get another hurl from him and a scowl before he marches off.
Honey, I don't want a kink shame, but you need a brush.
Just keeps going. Stumpy legs just thump, 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 thump on the way out.
I walk back over to my friends.
So was
Sit back down. Oh, sorry, gentlemen. I just need to get that out.
Karl giving like a play-by-play while that was all going on?
Either that or the door. He
I was
can
watching
see too.
like the whole time. Fluen's probably talking about shit. We're just...
Yeah, we're running into these like important details. We're both. TV's on, man.
JC's
My dailies are on. I need to watch this.
just won't you just shut up?
Soaps.
Can I just eat my breakfast in peace? You guys have to talk to everybody.
Sorry.
Keep it down, Amara.
I start nibbling on my fruit.
All right. After 20-ish minutes, you guys have had your fill of breakfast. Plates are cleared. Get a refill on your mugs if you want, but the day's yours. I'd say it's about 9:30 in the morning at this point.
Well, boys, what's on the list of things to do?
We should probably go finding Gundren's number one.
Well, we go to
But we should probably go check out that town board.
the Master's Hall there and check out the
Master's
board.
Maybe even look in that wizard's room.
Go check out Doran, the lumberjack of life up there in the orchard.
Yeah.
That was a loud cart that just drove by. Holy cow!
Wheelbarrows.
I think his wheel's gonna fall off.
Board and then see Darren. Is that the plan?
I
Does
think,
anybody else want to do something else?
Well, I figured checking the board would be
yeah.
a good idea, and then kind of plan from there.
I'd just like to stop in the weaponsmith quick if you guys don't mind.
Ah, yes. That is a good idea,
As we're
JC.
walking by, we can hit up all the stores.
I have stuff to dump.
Yes, coming out of the Stonehill Inn, you guys are looking out. There's a market that's kind of being set up, and yeah, sure enough, there's a farmer there setting out these frozen right now butterskulls. There's a couple of other farmers, a halfling woman and a young child, who are setting up like a grocery stand of vegetables and some fruits. And another man, a human, looks like he's wearing well-made clothes, but they're very old. And he has a little shop of like knickknacks that he's got setting up. You can see a shrine that you guys had walked past to your right. You can see in front of you the lion shield kind of across the way. And the Townmaster's Hall you can see to your left. Both of them quite nice. The timbers on them brand new. The plastering brand new. The foundations that they're on, dwarven made, with even like some dwarven runes that are kind of etched into them. And yeah.
Into the townhouse? Or I guess you want to go to the weaponsmith.
Yeah, the lion shield is right there, so
Yeah.
we might as well.
Might as well, yeah.
Another way, I'm just gonna check out that old man with the knickknacks.
All right.
What we got on the table there?
Hey, he's got like this foppish kind of looking hat on. Looking at the hat, you don't know if it's supposed to be sitting on the back, on the front, or where. It's kind of sitting on the side in the front, kind of almost covering his right eye. The way it's just kind of just loose and foppish over him. He's got like a high collar he has pulled up, and the robes he's wearing are like a purplish, but they've faded so much they look more gray than anything. And yeah, his little cart, there's not much there. He's got a bit of like little gold nuggets and flakes and one little pan that he's selling. He's also got like some knickknacks of some wooden carved like horses and a carriage, a couple of little wooden rings. Mainly, well, roll a perception check.
Uh, 13.
13. Yeah, looking at it, it all kind of looks like just junk.
How much for that wooden horse you got there?
I'll sell them as a pair to you. That'd be 1 copper.
Sure. I'll flip him a copper.
All right. He seems quite happy that he's actually made a sale, and he gives you 2 little wooden horses. They're about, say, 2 inches long and about 1.5 inches high. Really rough kind of carvings, but you can see the details are all there.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, nothing else really catches my eye. Interests me here, so thank you for these horses.
Each their own. Thank you for the sale.
Or whatever the Lion's Tavern or the Lion's Head.
All right. You go into Lion's Shield, and you can hear the heavy footfalls of I can't remember his fucking name, to tell you the truth right now, of Linnell's friend. Lenine's friend, sorry. And Lenine is, again, just kind of behind the counter. Very well put together. Very well made clothes. This time it's like a brown leather halter top over top of like purplish looking shirt and skirt that's coming down. She has her hair, instead of pulled back, it's kind of wavy and going over her shoulders and her back. Spectacles on her eyes, right on the tip of her nose. And the notebook in her hand, open, and she's just kind of reading and looking at stuff and reading and looking at stuff. Until she sees you walk in, she's back again. Anything I can help you with?
Yeah, there's a couple things I wouldn't mind talking to you about. See, I've got this chainmail armor here that's just no good to me. It's too bulky, it's weighing me down a little bit. Would you be able to take this off my hands?
That I could. Let's see. Jude will take it from you and give it a quick look over. Is this your armor that you started with, or is this armor that you picked up?
Just armor I started with.
Alright, so nothing spectacular. Says, well, in this condition, I could go as far as, say, 25 gold?
Oh man, I was hoping for just a little bit more, but I kind of could see where you're coming from. Tell you what, I'll take the 25 gold if we can make a little bit more of a deal here.
Well, we also we also get a discount from Lion Shield. 10%, I think.
Yeah, I have this kind of odd request. I don't know if you'll be able to do it for me, but so I'll pull out the leather ball. I'll be like, you see this leather ball here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if you would be able to maybe throw a couple steel spikes through it, some nails or something on one side. Just kind of give it a little bit of a bite, you know?
Okay, are you just kind of gesture for it, may I?
Absolutely. Just be careful. It's old family heirloom.
Yeah, she'll take it. She's looking at it, kind of rolling it over. Like, are you talking like some small, like rivets that you would want that would have like a little bit of oomph to it? Or are you wanting like long spikes?
What?
Do you want the weapon to hit and stay?
I would like maybe just some small nails. Maybe if it does catch, it catches. But I want to give it a little bit extra oomph to it when I hit a critter, you know?
All right. I could draft something up and then send it to our smith, and he could probably get it done. It might take a few days, though.
Maybe you'll to let it go for a couple days as long as you promise to take good care of it.
Cocks an eyebrow at you. Yeah.
I know, it seems, like I said, it's still a request. But it's, what would you charge me for something like this?
For my time designing it, I could probably do that for, let's say, 5 copper. Won't take me too long. And then the smithy, he'd have to make his own price. But I wouldn't see anything above a silver or 2 to get it done.
Tell you what, you give me 24 gold and we'll call it even. You get it taken care of.
All right, yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
Be back in a couple days.
Sounds good. Yeah, you can add 24 gold to your inventory.
I too have requests, ma'am.
Ah,
I have this used short sword here, this here used light crossbow, and 11 brand new bolts. Never been used, brand new sealed in box. I need daggers.
daggers I have. Let me have a look at these. That was a short sword and a light crossbow?
Yes.
Okay, so for the two of these... I could give you, say, 15 gold for those. And, well, for the bolts, I have plenty of bolts, so I'll take those if you want to get rid of them, but I don't think I'll be able to pay you for them because I have so many already.
That's fair. What's a dagger going to cost me?
Well, I'm selling them right now for about 2 gold a piece, but you do have a little discount with us. So let's say 1.5 gold per dagger.
So 10 daggers for the bolts, crossbow, and short sword?
Yeah, sure.
Deal.
All right. And she goes into the back and comes back with a little case just laden with daggers. Do you have a habit of losing them?
I don't like the crossbow. I am going to attempt to throw these at people.
Oh,
I'll see how that goes.
well. I don't know your trade, so I won't tell you how to do your job.
Well, thank you. As I won't tell you how to do yours. 1.5 gold a dagger. And that's a discount now.
It's 25% off. God.
These daggers probably came out of the fucking crates we delivered. Perfect. Good deal. Good deals. Didn't mean it. Just
Anything else I can help you with?
No? What should we?
Right, well. Bid you all a good day.
Now, did you say her name was Linnell or
Lenine.
Lenine? There is one thing I'd like to ask, Lenine.
Yes.
What do you do for fun around here?
Well, to tell you the truth, I really just like organizing my inventory. I just find a lot of peace and happiness and just in the numbers and counting and getting everything in its place. Everything has its place and everything's in it, right? And I just really like the order that I can bring to this small shop of mine. Other than that, I do enjoy a good fire at night and a hot beverage, coffee usually, but as for entertainment in this small town, I can't say that there is much besides the inn, which I wouldn't recommend the Sleeping Giant. That is a hole in the ground full of ne'er-do-wells who deserve to have their butts kicked and taken out of town.
All right. I'll make note of that. Well, if you ever find yourself at the Stone Hill Inn next couple of days, come find me. I'd love to have a drink with you.
Oh, I just might take you up on that.
Well, right then. I walk with a little pep in my step now. I might have a date.
All right. Where are you guys off to now?
I'm just following my boys.
Townmaster's Hall, check out the board.
I agree.
All right. Yeah, so heading over to Townmaster's Hall, it's one of the tallest structures that's here. It goes up quite high, and the bell tower on top is even higher. Obviously, the bell tower is there to warn of danger. Sitting there quite prominently on top. There's double doors, ironclad doors on the front. They're open right now, and you can see that there is a very large kind of portcullis that can come down and a bar that can go on those doors as well. So in times of emergency, this is kind of where everyone will probably muster. Heading inside, like I said, the floors are brand new, and then this building, the floors are actually stone, polished stone. The walls are plastered with a kind of a dark trim that runs up everything. There's a small desk in front of you with a smaller It's a young human woman working it. She's probably in her early 20s. Behind her, there's another wall with another door leading further in, and to your guys' left, her right, there is another door. This door is a bit different. It's got a very thick trim that runs around it, and the top of the door is rounded. And the trim that runs around it has etchings of like arcane design that run down it. And also to your right, there is a board on the wall with pieces of paper stuck to it.
Let me go over to it.
Right.
Time to read some paper.
There's a couple on there. There's one from a dwarf named Gumi. He's looking for a wife. It says, young dwarf prospector, fine age of 220, looking to settle down, saved up quite a bit of gold, looking for a well-bearded woman to propagate with and create a legacy.
Elsa would be perfect for them. Maybe not well bearded yet,
How long
but
do dwarves live for?
Around 300 to 400.
He's not young.
It's like mid-aged. You old man, you better have cash.
There's another one of this one's scrawled in like the coloring on it is like a red, not an ink. Looks like something else, like a very thick pencil, and the writing is very messy. And it says, "Do you have any nice cards? I like cards. If you have any nice cards, you can come to the Alderley farm, and I'll trade cards with you, or we can talk about cards. I really like cards. If you like cards, we can be
He's gonna
friends."
go to the next one.
The next one is very official looking on a larger piece of paper with a stamp on the bottom in gold leaf that says, by behest of the townmaster, marauders have been found waylaying caravans to the north. Any adventurers who seek to put an end to this will be paid handsomely 100 gold pieces.
Don't ever point that out. Here it is. If you guys have any cards, there's someone at the farm looking for cards.
what kind of cards?
They really like cards.
Are we talking cards like
Cards.
the famous goblin cards, or like deck of cards?
I have no idea. I'm not a cards person.
Me neither.
No. You seem to know about famous goblin cards.
Well, they're like, I don't know, like just the cards, like. You never, I don't know, it's like the butter eating competition. You never, like, the stuff you guys have never heard of. I thought, you guys have been around for so long, like, so much longer than me, and you've never heard of this stuff. Ouch. Well, I'm just saying I'm human. I'm only, like, not even, I would say, I don't even know, like, an eighth of your age? Like,
First off, not an elf. Unless you're talking to him.
Technically not an elf either.
I'm just assuming.
I think I'm some subbreed of elf if I'm reading the history correct. I don't know. Nobody really knows what I am thinking. I'm an elf, yeah, we'll go.
I'm assuming.
But how old are you?
102.
What about you, baby?
I'm like 23, man.
23.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
Well, I mean, I'm not a baby.
Of my age. You are correct, sir. You are an eighth of my age.
I told you. I'm sorry I assumed, but unfortunately, us humans don't have the life expectancy as some other folk around here.
The real shame is when your people find autistic talent wasted on such a race with such a short lifespan. How are you supposed to create anything beautiful and lasting if you only have 40 years to do it before you're in the grave?
It makes it that much better, the fact that somebody can come up with something, and that's
I want more.
time for it.
I want more. And then your people die, and there is no more.
Oh, the ideal goal is to have some offspring that maybe can create some more in our place.
Talentless spawns is what they are. Talentless. Does not carry over. I don't know how that works. I need more.
I don't know what to tell you, man, but...
You ever heard of this
No.
Robert Geller?
Robert Geller.
Robert Geller.
Oh,
Rumor
yes.
has it he's a very creative artist. He's a human hermit up in the mountains, which of course he is. Artistic talent yet again wasted on a race with such a short lifespan. But if you do see the name or the watermark, I am a collector. Mr. Robert Geller.
I'll keep my eyes open for that.
Thank you.
DM making notes.
I would ask how old you are, but I know it's rude to ask a lady how old she is.
Well, to be honest, I say I'm 29, but I could be much older than that from where I grew up. Time just finds itself a little different where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Fae, honey.
Fate? Where's
Yeah.
that?
And we're the ones that don't know anything.
It's a whole nother world complicated.
Of cotton candy? Is that what you said?
Complicated.
Oh, it's a whole other world of cotton candy. I was like, that's actually a good way to explain it.
Yeah, sure.
Neat. Where is this Fate?
Well, it's on another plane. Perhaps one day we'll all venture there.
I don't know, that sounds
Just
risky.
get lucky enough to find a world fall. They are rare, but it does happen.
Neat.
Or a giant purple mushroom.
That's also an option, apparently.
Never seen any of those.
That sounds much more fun than a world fall, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, personally, I'm not scared of heights or anything. I'm just scared of falling. And when you say world fall, that doesn't sound fun.
See, and that's the part of the title World Fall I really don't understand, because when I stepped through it, it was more of a doorway than falling into something. So I'm not sure who, probably a human, named it and then died, a couple years later, and now nobody questions it.
It's a great name.
It is
You're
an
probably
alright
right.
name, actually. It's a good name, shitty description, makes no
It's like,
sense.
it's like you said, once again, wasted.
Talent.
I feel like you guys are picking on me a little bit here, guys. Again, I'm not as fortunate enough.
You are the youngest of the group.
And?
The youngest gets picked on.
Yeah, okay.
You know
I get
this.
it, yeah. He's like your brother, he picked on him a little bit and stuff. I get it, yeah. Alright, I get it.
Is there
Anyways, enough about ages. Let's figure out what we're gonna do here.
Is there any other listings of interest?
No.
You were about to talk there.
No, that's it. Of interest.
Yeah. Oh, that is the end.
Well, we could always hunt down some marauders while we're searching for a path to where Gungeon may have gone. Or was taken to. Well, perhaps could be one and the same.
Could be. I think we should maybe investigate this Yarno going missing at the same time as your brother.
Well, why don't we just... we'll do that. I like that. But why don't you go see this Darren fella at the orchard? Maybe he might be able to help us out with some of the marauders or whatever. They did say it was an adventure, right?
Or at least some information about Yarno and the marauders.
Exactly. Yeah.
You wish
A
to meet
weary
another
old-
fellow that's 90 times your age?
I mean, I already hang out with enough of you. Like, it doesn't bother me.
What's one more?
That is fair. That is fair. Good point.
Pretty soon you guys are going to need those walkers. You're getting pretty old.
Yeah, like 200 years.
Yeah, I've got like another 5.
You want to check out Yarno's place? We're over here.
While
If
we're
we
here,
can. Should we ask the secretary?
Sure.
Kind of just
Well, good
ignored her straight to the board.
Yeah, she's just sitting there, hands on her lap, just looking at you all, just waiting.
Hearing us talk about our ages.
Come in and we argue.
Yeah, instantly. That's good. It's like we've been together for years.
Yeah. So looking at her, she's sitting down, so you don't really know what she's wearing below the waist, but up top she's wearing a kind of field green, kind of almost like a hoodie, very long kind of drawstring kind of coming around, and then it's kind of laced in the front, and underneath there's like a white brocade, and she's just sitting there in a wooden chair. Desk is kind of littered with paperwork and stuff, and she's just kind of looking at you all, smiling, just waiting.
Hi, Sugar.
Hi.
We're here to investigate the missing wizard.
Oh, Yarno?
That's his name.
Yeah, he's been gone for about 3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
He's
Yeah.
Whoa, don't go there quite yet.
Statistics. If they aren't found within the first 48 hours, most likely dead.
Well, I hope not.
Well, we all have a particular set of skills
Oh,
that are just great for finding people that are taken.
well, he sounds perfect for the job. Well, we haven't really posted it as a job yet, because, well, he's a wizard and he could have gone anywhere, but he's supposed to be here. He is our member of the Lord's Alliance, and we're just really wondering where he is. His friend Phine was here last night asking about him as well.
Oh, well, that Flume. Well, we are working with Flume, and he told us to come on by and see if we could get inside his room there and start mucking about, seeing what we can dig up.
I'm not supposed to let anyone in there unless you're like an official capacity. You could talk to Harbin. He might let you in.
Where's Harbin?
Just through the door here. Yeah, I'll go see if he's accepting any people today.
Well, certain.
And she gets up. Chair kind of scratches across the ground, and then she goes into the door, closes it behind her, and you can hear her kind of higher pitched voice, and you hear a really low, raspy voice that takes a long time for words to come out.
And so there's nobody here right now, just us?
There's a front foyer that you guys are in. The front doors, big double doors, are open, and you can see people kind of walking back and forth out front. Some people kind of are on the steps talking.
But nobody paying attention to the secretary's desk where we're at?
No one in your vicinity right now.
Well, I am going to nonchalantly grab my finger and slide it towards the nail, and then I'm going to rip off my pinky nail.
Do you guys... You're not doing it secretively?
I just do this, and then
It
just comes out. It just comes out.
They're massively high passive perception. You guys see Amara just rip her pinky
Just like,
finger off.
it just comes out.
You gotta get that checked out.
Pardon?
You gotta get that checked out.
Oh,
You should be able to pull your fingernail off.
Don't-
Just happen, right?
don't you worry, honey. I will explain to you.
What?
We're done.
What just happened?
I put my finger over JC's mouth. I just hush up now, honey.
With the fingernail?
Get that thing away from me!
Hush up now. Hush up.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm just waiting for Mr. Harbin.
Oh, okay. So after, say, a good solid minute of conversation, you see her come out, and she looks a little flummoxed. Closes the door behind her. I'm sorry, he's not accepting anyone today. Maybe tomorrow? I tried convincing him. I told him that you were adventurers and you're willing to take on the Yarno task, but...
Did you tell him that Floon says this?
Well, he wouldn't see Floon last night either.
So we're probably not
It usually takes him.
tomorrow anyways.
Usually takes him a couple days to kind of warm up to people and then invite them in.
Well, in order for him to warm up to us, he's got to meet us, honey.
He will. He said tomorrow. So hopefully.
But I don't know.
Who comes?
I don't know about that.
Back from your love fest at the door.
Yeah. You're getting married, apparently.
Yeah. So as you guys are standing there talking, Fency, whatever you got up to last night, we don't know. You're kind of walking around the town. You walk by the townmaster's hall, which is this large, very tall, ornate-looking building. Very well plastered, large wooden timbers that run up the sides of it. On top, there's a big bell tower for emergencies that gets pulled, probably. The front doors are ironclad wooden doors. They're open to the public right now. Looking inside of it, up the stairs inside of it, you can see your companions as they're chatting with a younger human girl who's standing there talking with them. She's wearing like a field green kind of hoodie with like a white kind of dress underneath. Comes out and kind of flows out over her legs and down right to her ankles. And yeah.
Holy shit, you guys.
Fuck are you been?
Fuck. There's this crazy dwarf chick. I mean, last night was a lot of fun with her, but fuck, she's talking marriage and shit now. You guys gotta get me out of this. I thought you were moving to her kingdom with her.
She's royalty.
What? Who watched it on television this morning? I know when I was fucking pounding on her, she's screaming, "You're the king, you're the king." I thought I was doing a good job. Fuck. You guys gotta get me out of this. You gotta hide me or something.
Well, honey, if it's the woman that I spoke to last night, or this morning I should say, you're in a whole heap of trouble.
She didn't tell me she was fucking royalty. And if I'd have known that, well, I don't know, I probably still would have fucked her, but it doesn't matter. Son of a bitch, you guys. I've got myself into something pretty deep here. Keep me hidden. Like, what, I don't know what to do. Where is she? I fucking ducked her somehow. I don't know how.
I'd stay away from Stone Hill for a little while.
Oh, you got that right.
What was saying?
What? Shit! Well, I've got to find another place to stay then. This is fucking crazy.
Just wait it out for.
I heard the Sleepy Giant's got rooms. You might want to stay there.
No, the Sleeping Giant doesn't have rooms. It's just a tap house. I wouldn't recommend it. That's where the Crimson Rite really hangs out there. Yeah, they're not... They're supposed to be guards, but they've kind of taken a life of their own.
And who hired them?
Harbin, but
Of course he did.
I feel he's lost... Well, she kind of looks at the door. Shuffles a bit further away, more closer to the exit of the building. She kind of whispers to you all. She says, "Well, I think he's kind of lost control of them."
Is that hard to hear?
Well, why don't you mention to him right now that we're here to take care of that problem as well?
And you see her just go, no.
I'll walk over and I'll start pounding on the door.
Okay. Hey, I wouldn't do that.
Harmon!
He's not gonna...
Get out here!
Sounds like a dog.
I know you don't want to talk to us, but we got a solution for your problem. How about you just come out here? Talk to us.
I don't know if he's going to answer the door.
Keep pounding on it. I know you're in there.
Eventually, after you pound on for after a little while, the door does unlock and open, and behind it is a very large man. Not large, muscular, large, overweight. The smell that emanates from him is repulsive and like makes your eyes water almost. He's got a very nice-looking doublet that he's wearing. His pants, however, are filthy, and you can see that there's just like food marks or something. He's rubbing his hands on his thighs as he's been eating and whatever. And looking behind him, there's a large desk that does have some plates of food sitting there half-eaten, and he looks at you. So, why are you pounding on my door?
Well, first off, me and my friends here. Gesture. We need to talk to you here for a second about Yarno. Our friend
Told
Floon.
her I'd talk to you tomorrow.
I understand, and you told Floon yesterday that you talked to him later too, and you probably won't get around to that. So here we are.
I'm looking at the shape you're in. You gonna make it till tomorrow?
He kind of narrows his eyes at you all and he says, I'll see you all in a couple days now.
Oh no, it's a couple days.
And he just slams the door shut and you hear the latch.
That was one stinky son of a bitch.
And you can hear like the thuds of his walking poof, 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 behind the door as he goes back to his desk.
If I've ever seen stress eating, that's stress eating.
See, I told you it takes him a couple days usually to warm up to people and see them.
It takes him a couple days to get to his desk from his door.
How long does the delivery man wait outside before he shows up?
Well, that's why I'm here, I think.
So is there any way into that room other than going through him? Would you have a key for that room?
Well, roll a persuasion check.
Oh, big money.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. She looks at you and
She's getting smooth.
yeah. Yeah, and you see her and she's just kind of mulling it over and how brave you were by just going and pounding on the door, and she's like, well,
What a man.
What a young man.
to tell you the truth, the doors, it's not locked to get in there. We just kind of restrict everyone because there's still magical items in there.
Because of the smell is why you restrict anyone going in there.
Oh, that's Harbin's to the... We're just standing in the foyer and the double doors are kind of set at the front of the building, and then there's a desk, and then there's another set of doors behind it, the desk on a wall. To the left, though, there's another door, a very ornate, magically inscribed frame that kind of wraps round-topped over the door there. That's the door that they're inquiring about into the wizard's quarters.
I lean over to JC and I'm going to say, tell him we're not going to take anything. Behind my back, my fingers are crossed.
Well, I promise that we'll just look around to see if there's any clues in there as to what happened. We won't be
Roll
long.
another persuasion check.
Not 20.
I don't want that one.
Not 20.
9.
9? She says, I'm sorry, I can't. This is my job. I just can't risk it. I'm sure that he'll see you tomorrow and then he'll let you in there.
Well, you said a couple days. I don't know if we have a couple
I
days.
think it's just because you made him mad, but I'm sure I can
you don't
smooth
wanna see
things
me
over
mad.
and
You don't want to see me mad, because
Listen. I'm
You
sure.
don't want to see him mad. He's a son of a bitch when he's mad.
I don't want to see anyone mad,
He's gonna
but
kill your workhorse. What's your dad gonna do on the farm now?
I never killed any
He's
animals.
gonna break its back. He's not going to kill it. Sorry, JC. He is correct. He technically didn't kill it.
Thank you, finally.
Listen. She
kinda starts
the
to
door is gonna come. You want Yarno?
He's only a bad girl sometimes.
You want Yarno found as soon as possible. The only way we can do that is if we can do a proper investigation. Find out where he went. Track him down. If you please, can we investigate his room?
roll a persuasion. DC gets higher each time.
If it fails, I've got an idea. So
Or you can help me.
that's too late. I've been sitting in the back.
10.
10. I'm sorry. I can't. This is.
Honey.
Oh, well.
And I
Guess
look
you were
at
right. Yarno's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
48 hours.
I look her deep in the eyes and I cast Fey Presence and I attempt to charm her, and she needs to make a DC of 14 on Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
That's a 13, and she probably doesn't have any bonuses.
Now, honey, I promise you, we are just here to find Yarno, get some information, and help you out in any way possible. We're gonna get the Marauders next.
Well, I could probably just let you in.
Just
Can't
me?
let everyone in.
Well, how about me and one other person?
No, I
Search
can only
it
let one
later.
in.
What about my charming dwarf friend?
I said please. He's the only one to say please.
That is fair.
Believe me, this process works way faster if I'm not in there by myself.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Where's the door? And how distracted is she? I could have had this fucking
Nat
thing open already.
20!
Nice.
For lots, probably.
She's very distracted.
Yeah, 26.
Just, well, for you, okay. But just the two of you.
Just two of us, I promise. And we won't touch anything again. My fingers are crossed behind my back.
Fucking liar. Roll a deception check.
Bonus manager.
Shit. Look at you. Just chilling. And
That'll be 14.
She believes you.
Of course she does. Look how charming and sweet I am. Who would not believe a Southern Belle?
Well, I would.
If this was the USA, I would be just a Georgia peach.
The U.S. of A. Where's that? I've never heard of that place.
South of the Fey Realm.
Oh, I guess you said you weren't from here, anyways. So.
Millions of peaches.
All right, so she moves to the side, and the two of you make your way in. This room is quite strange to you as you walk inside.
Well, Belmere,
All right, yeah. So coming
where
into
should we
this room,
start?
from the outside, you would expect this room to be like a square or a rectangle, but actually, it's a pentagon or pentagular in shape. There's a tree growing in one corner, several bookcases with books and bottles that are kind of floating in the air. You can see a purple globe that's kind of on one of the desks, just sitting there, kind of just this purple rotating glow rotating through it. You, up in the tree, you spy with your massively high perception, Belmere, this phantom-looking cat that's kind of walking around every once in a while and just kind of looks at you all and then prances along the shelves and kind of disappears and then reappears in a different spot. There's also a star-shaped window on one wall with light that's kind of circulating through onto the floor.
I'll point out the cat tomorrow.
Well, isn't that a gorgeous little pussy?
The cat just does like one of those really big stretches, butt up in the air, and then shoulders up, and then it just kind of poof, vanishes. And yeah.
I'm gonna look around for anything important that may indicate where Yarno may have gone.
No, any correspondence that might be kicking around?
Yeah.
All right, I will help you.
All right, yeah. Roll either investigation or perception.
Perception it is.
You're hoping?
All right, Are you using your hands or your eyeballs? Both?
I have finger eyes. It will be a 26.
26. Looking around, you do find a pad of paper with a bunch of pages that are ripped out of it. You also see like a kind of file folder thing that paper would be put in and stuff, like especially like new correspondence and stuff. Everything's gone. You do see a couple of open letters. Just the letters are there. Whatever was inside is gone as well. It looks like anything regarding Iarno, where he is or what he's done or anything, any correspondence has deliberately been taken, either by a previous investigator or Iarno himself, or if someone took him down. However, a lot of the alchemical ingredients have been left behind, and you see the faint traces of some type of magical circle on the floor, which the rug on the floor is kind of covering, and like it's just kind of peeking out from the rug. This faint etching in the floor.
What is it like? What kind of etching?
It's circular. It's got like a very strong kind of outer border, a thinner inner border that you can see. The rest of it's kind of underneath the carpet, though. And there's runes that are inscribed along it. It's quite faint, though, and if you weren't actively looking, you probably just would have walked by it and just would have thought it was just wood grain.
I think I know what's going to happen, but I'll lift up the rug. Look at it.
All right. Yeah. The border kind of continues around, and it's a fairly large, probably like a 5-foot wide circle on the ground. And yeah, you can see that there's lots of arcane marks and stuff on it. You can roll an Arcana check to try and identify it if you want.
I'm not skilled or trained in it.
Is there anything that looks interesting on the bookshelves or on the tables that, magical things that I could probably take?
19.
19. Looking at it, it's a bit beyond you. You've heard of wizards that have used like spells to transport themselves. This might be one of those, but it's really just beyond you to identify. But that's kind of where you're leaning with a roll like that. It's probably transportation related, but who knows?
He is
Roll a perception check, Amara.
That'll be 13.
13. So you're looking around. You do see a couple of books that look a little interesting. And what languages do you speak, Amara?
Not English.
Amara speaks Elvish and Orcish.
Right. So looking at the two books, you can't decipher either of them. They're both written in different languages.
All right, but they look interesting enough. Mm-hmm. They go right inside my purse, which is a bag of holding.
So Belmir, you see her grab a couple books off the shelf.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, why not?
The visitor's place, they might be trapped. You know how secretive they are.
Well, what's your alignment, Belmir?
Neutral good, I think.
Neutral good? Okay. What's your alignment, Tamara?
Chaotic evil.
I think it's
You're both probably fine then.
I do not have one.
Yeah.
neutral good.
Yeah.
I did not pick.
Right. I generally don't really use alignment, but I like you have a cleric in here.
I am
with
a
you,
Connie.
I'd assume that maybe you were lawful, but you don't have to be lawful. So that's why I brought it up. But since you're not, her stealing in front of you.
I am a Connie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Got a little bit. That's its own alignment.
So I will put
What's your limit, Carney?
Ooh, Carney.
Book 2. 2 magical books in our magical purse.
Oh. That's not good.
That's what happens next.
Boom!
Fireball.
The entire place going towards it.
No, nothing happens as you take the books off the shelf.
I'm gonna grab a crossbow bolt. I'm gonna take one crossbow bolt and kind of etch a line through the runes on the floor.
Okay.
Straight lines, break the circle.
All right. As you do, roll a strength check as you drag that end of your bolt across it. 5. So you drag it across. Okay. You're gonna use your inspiration. 6. All right. The dice gods have spoken.
Yep.
As you drag it across, you gouge into the wood, but as soon as you get to the magical rune, your bolt head can't get through. It kind of just skips across it. And then you gouge into the wood, but you can't break that magic seal.
Melmia, what are you trying to do, honey?
I'm trying to break this circle.
What for?
So whoever cast it can't just be coming back and forth without anyone's knowledge. They would actually have to go through the town.
Well, why don't I help you?
Sure. Here's my crossbow bolt. Or I guess you have knives.
I will. Let's see. I will Eldritch by now.
Boom, boom, boom. That'd be awesome.
Samara's pondering it. What are the other 3 of you doing? The lady that was working the desk, she's gone back sitting behind it. You guys are just standing there in the town master's hall. And there's quite a bit of business going on in the town square in front of you.
Chat with her. Just a little bit.
Fency's standing behind JC. Looking out.
Yeah, just hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, my name's Lisa.
Well, that's a pretty name, Lisa.
Yeah, me and my family, we moved here about a year ago.
Oh, where'd you
New
move from?
settlers. From Neverwinter, actually.
Well, that's a little bit of a trip.
It is, but wanted a new beginning. And my dad's always been a big fan of Waterdeep, so, we're closer to that.
Why Phandalin? Phandalin.
There was so much talk of just opportunity that we just couldn't really pass it up. We did a little bit of trading and stuff in Neverwinter and never really hit our stride. So we're hoping that Phandalin will be a nice change for us and we'll see a good fortune here.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck. But didn't you hear about the things going on in town here? Apparently the Crimson Rider are messing with people and stuff. Didn't you hear about that?
Yeah. They, Harbin had hired them originally as guards, and they did do that. But I would say about a couple months ago, that's when things changed all of a sudden, and then they started really treating the townsfolk like they were thugs. It was quite the drastic change overnight. A lot of them look a lot different now too. They have tattoos and they just...
Was there a change in leadership or something? Or...
I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's kind of happened overnight and so drastic, and they're so well armed that no one can really do anything. Just kind of am just putting up with them.
And the big fella back there.
Harbin?
Yeah, has he always been like this?
He's always been Harbin. He's never been so reclusive, though. That started about a month or so before. It was kind of, well, to be honest, he was also going to try and get the Crimson Right to either rein them in or get them to leave. But then suddenly he just kind of became reclusive. Takes him quite a while to get things kind of done.
Has his attitude changed at all?
Yeah, it's dismissive, reclusive. I don't know what's going on, but you know, we're kind of at a point in the town where something's gonna eventually give.
So then who tells the Crimson Right what to do?
I assume Harbin still. Although they could be their own entity now, with what's been going on. I don't rightly know. I haven't had any run-ins with them, so I haven't had any personal experience, but...
Well, that's good. I heard they can be quite nasty.
How is he giving them orders if they don't come here and he doesn't leave?
Well, I only know when he's here when I'm working. I don't know what he does outside of this, which is when I assume that he meets with them.
It's fair.
You know, he lives close to the sleeping giant, so I kind of just assume that he goes there.
He does he? What does his house look like, by chance?
Says, well, you can't really miss it. It's a small little grayish house, just kind of around the corner from here. Like to the left, but the sleeping giant is kind of around the corner to the right, but they are close together once you go down the streets.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so there's the sleeping giant and there's his house. What's with your little friend here? Who's he hiding from?
He spent the night, I guess. Actually, why don't you ask him? Fency, this lady wants to know why you're hiding like a little bitch.
And you see her, and she's like, you just put her on the spot. She's like, no, I don't know, you're just acting strange. I was just hoping everything's okay.
Everything's fine. He just keeps looking at me.
Roll a perception
Nothing
check
happened
as
here.
you're peeking out the door.
I got $1 million.
Yes, you do.
You don't want that
Different one.
I should use that one. Yeah. Perception. It was 11.
11. All right, so looking out, the townsfolk, they all kind of just blending together. You haven't spied this dwarf. If you even remember what her name is.
I don't. Did you ask? I don't know.
Right, so back inside. Amara, have you decided what you're going to do with this circle on the ground?
Yeah, I've got a couple ideas. Now, can I look at the circle and see if I can determine, based on the information that my counterpart gave me on what he thinks it might be, use what knowledge I have of Arcana and see if there's something special that might help break the seal?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
She's doing that a little bit for the cats.
Right, the cat is on one of the bookshelves now, just kind of lays in there, one paw hanging over and his tail hanging over, but very intently watching you both.
Fortunately, I rolled a 5 with my special up in Arcana, which didn't end up helping me because I rolled a 3.
Oh.
So my proficiency really sucked balls.
You are only level 2.
It's been a while.
True. Now, I don't know if there's anything special in this room that can break it, but we can always just try again with my knife.
Sure.
I hand you my knife.
All right, here we go again.
Here we go again.
I mean, advantage because it's a little stronger than an arrow, right?
17. Plus 3, 30, 20.
30, 20. So this time you scratch it across, and you feel like it's kind of cutting into the mark, but then, yeah, it just kind of pulls up and skips across it again. But you've left a little bit of an indent, but you haven't destroyed it. So after 3 checks, the DC was just above that.
This is where you snap, pull out your weapon, and you start.
It's like wounds.
Let's do it.
What if we put something on top of it, like cover it?
Good. That's what the cabinet or the rug.
Well, I mean, like something, that... I don't know how teleporting works with these kind of things, but, if you cover it, say, with this bookcase, put it on top, lay it down. Is it going to, you're going to teleport through the bookcase, so you're going to make lots of noise and break lots of stuff?
My magic's divine. I don't know how any of this works.
Roll an Arcana check, Amara, as you say this and you jog your memory.
15.
15. You know that, yeah, if it is a teleportation circle, which you're not sure of, but you've heard that if a teleportation, even if it's just covered with a rug, the magic may not succeed in pulling the person through.
Well, yes, I guess the rug would do. I think we should try and cover the whole thing, though.
Yeah. I want to look for any kind of maybe nameplate for the cat
Alright. Roll up.
while she's covering.
Oh, yeah,
check.
I'll start shimmying the rug, make sure that the whole thing's
what?
covered.
Perception check. Alright, roll me a strength check, Amara.
Of course. So I'm superhuman.
21. The cat, as it's staring at you, you notice that it does have a collar and a small little emblem on it with a very nicely engraved E on it.
E.
Yeah.
E.
E.
But as far as a nameplate, that's as close as you're going to get.
Is it an actual like common E, or is it like?
It's an
would it be-
uppercase E.
Would it be like maybe something else in a different language?
What languages do you speak?
Elvish and Dwarvish.
Yeah. If it is in a different language, you can't make it out. But it looks like a very ornate uppercase E. What'd you get for strength?
I rolled 3.
A 3? So you start dragging it over, and it's like... Lisa in the other room, she hears it, and you see her jump up right away, and she's running in there. She's like, no, don't! And she sees you pulling over the desk, and you're staring up at this cat, and she's like, no, I'm sorry, please don't.
The reason why I'm doing this is I think, and my friend here thinks, that someone is teleporting in and out of Yarno's office. And
What if it's Iarno, though?
It's not. It's been 48 hours.
Darno's dead.
Stats. He's a statistic.
Well, he's
I'm sorry.
a wizard, so it could be his circle.
You know this cat's name?
Erebus.
Fucking never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just an illusion or what, but he acts like he's here, and he knows you're here.
Half in, half out.
He'll call the Everest and almost kind of beckon him to like get him.
All right. So as you look up and you call his name, he just kind of poof, disappears from there, and then he's suddenly like in between your legs, and he's just kind of walking figure 8 between your legs, rubbing his back against you.
You can feel that, or is it like?
You can feel it, but it's not like it's bumping the outside of your clothes. It's like it's hitting like your skin, and you get like a tingly sensation from it.
I'll reach down and try and pet him.
Right. Yeah, your hand passes through, but you feel this like tingle on your fingers as you.
You still get warm and fuzzy on the inside when
Yeah.
you're petting him.
Yeah, and it's Well, roll a pet check. Roll a d20.
Just straight to 20?
Just straight d20. Yeah,
You don't have
I
the pet check?
if it's his, I wouldn't
Shouldn't
want to
get that
cover
in
it
your
up
skill
though.
tree.
Like
What's the cat's name again, sorry?
Aravis.
Aravis.
Got 5.
5. Yeah, so it doesn't start to purr. He
I'm
eventually just disappears and reappears in the tree.
Did I see him reappear in the tree?
What if you... Can I have my animal hand?
Oh yeah,
That's what I was going to say, because you're
It'll be 10.
still not gonna. Yeah.
Imagine The Simpsons when, like, what's his name is petting the dog. You gotta pet it hard!
Aravis, I got a question for you there. Is your master, Yarno, does he come in and out of this circle often?
Roll a persuasion check.
That'll be a 15.
The cat, when you mention his name, he looks at you and he listens to what you say, and it just kind of winks at you. That's all you get.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Cancel.
11.
It's a phantom cat. Who the fuck knows?
Can't trust a real cat. Can't trust a phantom cat.
True. Well, I guess we'll cover this circle up and then with the rug.
No. Please
Well,
don't.
It was already covered up. I was just making sure we left it the way we found it.
I know it wasn't covered with a desk.
No, the rug. It was covered with the rug.
We'll
That's
put
what
the
I was
desk
going
back.
to put up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Then, yeah, I remember the rug being down there.
You'll fully cover.
And she goes over and she's looking at it and she's like, I never noticed this before. It's so weird.
Notice what? The circle?
Yeah. I don't know how you guys know. It's so faint.
Well, that's why we're investigators.
These eyes.
That's right.
Belmir will cover the whole sigil
All right.
with the rug.
That's originally what I wanted to do, but then you told me to roll strength check, so I thought the rug was under something. So
Oh, I thought you were playing the. You said you were playing the desk.
I was thinking about like dropping the whole cabinet on it,
Oh.
right, with Bellamir's help, right, like laying
Yeah.
it all down. But then after I had the Arcana, I was like, oh, okay, well then I'll just move the rug.
Oh.
And then you were like, do a strength check, and I'm like, oh, okay, is it pinned under something?
It's a heavy
rip
rug.
it, right?
It's a thick.
There's lots of dust on the rug from years of neglect.
But it played out good for some role play, so it was all right.
Yeah, she goes, okay, yeah. Are you guys done now? I'm sure Harbin must have heard that. He's going to come soon.
Oh,
Is
we
this
are.
door open?
We're all done now, honey.
His door? No. Not yet.
No, this room now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are kind of standing out here, and you
I
can
want to take a look. I'm just gonna walk in.
as you walk in. She's like, no, just the two of them.
I'll be in and out before Fat Man even gets out of his chair.
Belmir will leave.
All right.
You said only 2.
Hey, Lisa, what do you do for fun around here?
Yeah, she'll do small talk with you.
That'll be JC.
All right.
Human on human.
What are you looking for?
Nothing particularly. I just thought it was a fancy looking room. They got to see it. Why can't I see it?
Oh, yeah. Roll a
That's
perception
actually
check.
a sweet like star window he's got going on there, and the tree that's changing colors.
Yeah,
Shit's fancy.
it is.
Perception.
Quite fancy.
Okay, I'm gonna hurry up.
Yeah, roll a perception check and
Fine.
roll a history check.
17 perception over history. On 12 history.
Okay. So with the 17 perception, yeah, looking around, you spy something that they didn't. There's like a small, kind of very dark green glass bottle laying on its side in a little cradle. But it awakens every once in a while with this green glow. And as you look closer at it, it's actually like green water in there. It's kind of waving and it's slooshing. And then you see this pirate ship break over top of the waves and it comes crashing down. And roll another perception check as you're looking at this.
17.
17. You see that the pirate ship is manned by skeletons and zombies, and they're scrambling all over this boat, reining in the sails, and they're riding this wake. And then it just kind of, the water just kind of splooshes up the side and then comes down, and it kind of settles, and the boat's gone. And
That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
What'd you see there, Karl?
Tiny undead pirates in a green bottle.
Well, why don't you put it in this bag?
I need it. I need it now.
I open up my purse.
In front of Lisa?
I thought she left the room with JC talking.
On small chat. All right.
Oh, and at the end of the day, we're not in water deep. What are they going to do? Nobody's talking to anybody anyways.
she didn't roll high, very high on her perception roll, but
Okay, we'll try and
Decently
just
high.
do like a...
sleight of hand. Sleight of hand roll.
Nice.
20... I'm good at that.
Oh,
23.
That's a really nice blouse you got there. Like, how did you get that?
It's like pointing right at her, like cleavage. Water deep.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, very fancy. I like it.
Yeah, you easily pocket it. And the green glow
Walks
that
over
was-
to her. You look a little cold.
You got something right there.
Fency, roll me another perception check as you're...
Oh.
11.
11? Still don't spot. And your history check that I rolled was to identify the tree. You get a very fey feeling from it, but you don't know what kind of tree it is or why it's there. It's just weird.
Just a mark.
Would I have gotten that same feeling being also from the Fae?
Yeah, you could roll a history check as well. Your DC's a little higher because you're not as... didn't spend as much time.
I wasn't really giving a shit about that tree anyway.
Fuck that tree.
Fuck that tree, in particular.
Meh, it's a tree.
All right.
Belmere comes up.
He's like spying around the door.
Well, Karl, you all done here? I'm all done.
One more
Looky poo.
piece of business. I look at the cat.
You see it scrunches its nose at you like, what?
Apparently he doesn't hear that I've taken the bottle, and he doesn't want pets, so I am done here.
All right. Do you all leave?
I'll leave.
Right. So as you all leave, Lisa sees you all leave, and she comes over and she starts to close the door. Since you're the last one leaving, let's say, Karl, roll me a perception check.
I have to keep looking up +2.
Do it.
Use the coin, Luke.
Oh. 6.
6? You see nothing but Fency. He looks adorable, actually, trying to hide behind this door from these dwarfs. With your passive perception, you look outside and you see them walking just off to the left of his vision that he can't see.
This is about to get good.
And yeah, she closes the door and secures it behind her, and she goes over to her desk. She says, well, did you guys find anything useful?
No.
Could help find Arno?
Like, all of his letters have been confiscated.
Yeah, I believe Floon took some of those when he came and checked last night.
He didn't mention that.
Of course you did.
He may have mentioned that I was paying attention to drama across the bar instead of what he was saying.
Yeah. You guys all pointedly said that you were ignoring him, so... Yeah, the stuff I was going to share, I didn't.
He didn't say anything. I was there the whole time while you guys were just staring at those dwarves.
Just quickly before we leave, wizards tend to be a little bit vain sometimes, especially if they have lots of power. Do we see a picture of Yarno on his walls?
No picture of him anywhere. He's a very plain kind of man. He's about 5'10", dark hair, short cut, walks very straight, wears wizard robes, usually a blue.
Let me guess, he looks like every other Caucasian male.
Well, kind of.
Named Mike.
He's just got very dark hair. It's really his only outstanding feature that I can remember.
Like jet black?
And the blue robes. He always wear blue.
Blue robes. Well, all right then. Well, thank you. We will do our best to get to the bottom of this right quick.
All right, yeah. The town will really appreciate it if we can get our wizard back.
For the Marauders posting,
Mm-hmm.
do we have to formally accept it, or can we just go do it?
Let me see.
And did it say the reward on the
100
post?
100 G.
100 G's.
Jeez.
Wonder if the goblins are involved in these marauders. Supposed to
I
be
think someone
dwarves.
said that.
Yeah, that's right, because you were watching, dwarves or whatever mentioned they were having problems with boobies.
Yes, so 100 gold pieces. From what I've heard, the most likely place that like what the prospectors say that they could be is a place called Wizard Tor. And yeah, it's 100 gold pieces. I can mark you down as formally taking it, but if you bring us back proof that they're gone, then we could pay you.
We'll just have a Mara rip one of each fingernail off. Carry them.
Yeah, something like that could work.
She's quite talented at it.
Yeah. Could always have Sister Grail cast a spell on it to see our zone of truth, see if you're telling the truth, and we could just be done with that way. But I feel you're trustworthy sorts, although a little loud.
It's a heavy table.
Yeah.
Poor Bellamy, he was just stand over in the corner, wouldn't even help me.
He's just staring at this cat.
Did
Look at this cat.
with cat? Or can I roll perception to see if maybe like Harbin's peeking at his door or anything like that?
Sure.
I'm sure we would have, but
Secretly, he's a rogue.
Fat stones.
He not 20 with a stealth check.
well,
Just rolling
11?
out of his chair.
Nothing you can notice. The door looks like it's closed.
Right.
Going your drop kicks it. Sprinting drop kick. Listen here.
Well, I really appreciate you letting us in the room, even though you weren't supposed to. So, here, take the silver on us, just for putting yourself in a little bit of risk there.
Oh, well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And if you'd like to have a drink with our old JC, we're staying over at the Stonehill Inn.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I usually go there on the weekends, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Well, boys, y'all ready to leave?
so we need to get you a disguise or a hood.
I like where you're going with that.
Do any of you have a disguise kit?
I do.
There you go. Right, so as you
It's
all...
like Birdcage, you dress him up like a lady.
Yeah.
It's Robin Williams in Birdcage.
If it's true, or she'll see right through it. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so as you guys leave Belmir and Karl, you do see the three dwarves marching down kind of towards the smithy down the road, kind of away from you guys. Looks like they've kind of made a circuit of the market and are now searching wherever else they can.
He doesn't love you! Shut up, man. What are you doing?
I wouldn't go that way.
Well, Fency, if I knew it was you that just had a wonderful night with a lady, I would have told her something different when I spoke to her.
What are you
You
talking
can blame this whole thing on Mara.
Absolutely. Technically, yes. She did convince her to take you back to her
Instead of
parents.
going for royalty marriage.
I'd expect nothing less from Laura.
Well, to be fair, she didn't know.
She didn't even know. Yeah.
She said she was in love with the halfling.
What other halfling would it be? Come on.
We've all
You know how
seen
charming I
like
am.
3 of them in this town, so...
Not as charming as me, though.
She didn't say the halfling was charming. She said she was in love with the halfling.
What can I do? I gotta get a disguise going on here right away.
I pull out a little like mascara, pencil, and I draw a little mustache.
I run a little pencil ones across the top of his lip.
Who is this man that has joined our party?
Stranger danger.
What a good that's gonna fucking do. This stash might get me even more action now.
Yes, you recall stories of a Rotem.
Yes, the legend.
The legendary mustache of Rotem.
And an Omez. It's very, very Gomez-y type, so, you know.
Yeah, you guys are... Where is your marker?
It's the rough time.
Right there. Your dwarf princess is right there. Marching away from you.
What time of day is it roughly?
That's you.
One more time.
What time of day?
Sorry, I'm playing with minis. It is, after all of this and some investigating, you're about 12:30, almost 1 o'clock.
Did you put that little jar of green in the bag of holding? Or did you just scoop it?
Well, it's in my backpack. I was way too entrenched with tiny undead pirates. Do you want to look at the tiny undead pirates?
Fuck yeah.
Perhaps not in the middle of the street. Maybe we wait back to get back in. And...
Fine.
But we gotta choose. Are we gonna go fight some marauders now, or are we gonna go talk to Darren?
Should probably talk to Darren.
I do want to check out the fat man's house as well.
Well, why don't we
we have
check
time.
the fat man's house first? Or should we wait till nighttime?
Which way is the fat man's house?
Well, isn't Alderleaf...
Yeah, well, it's near the Stonehill Inn.
Yeah, let's go that way. As long as it's away from where they're going.
Isn't Alderleaf Farm Darren's? Or no?
No,
Sleepy Giant.
the orchard is up here.
Oh, it's the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, so looking across the town green from where you guys are standing in front of the townmaster's hall, you can see the boughs of the apple trees kind of breaking over top of the town green, and a small cabin there, smoke curling up from its chimney. You know that Harbin Wester's house is behind you and to the left, and the Shrine of Luck is to your right, because I know you guys had talked about going there as well.
Now, Karl, just my opinion, if we're gonna break into somebody's house, nighttime might be better. There's a lot of foot traffic right now here in the streets.
I do tend to agree with you, but we know right now that he's at the town hall. So he's not there, so we...
From what I understand, from what I heard, I don't think he leaves town hall. Based on what we saw when you opened that door.
It would take him a while to get
It'd
there.
probably take him 17 hours just to get to his house. I don't think he's going to make his way back to town hall if he goes home.
He might have a couple strong donkeys that can carriage him over there.
Did you see any outside?
No.
Right.
No, I didn't.
Just gonna need a can of corn halfway there.
Can of corn.
That poor donkey better be strong, because, sweetheart, You're good on your feet, and you broke our camel's back like nothing.
Shit happens.
Fuck's a camel.
Well, it's just a figure of speech. It's a creature from where I'm from.
I figured it was another term for a donkey, but now you learned something new.
Where are we going?
Off to Darren's, I guess. Get some info.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right.
Get a cloak.
Are you in a rush or something here, Fency?
Yeah, let's get out of here. There's too many people walking around. Let's get out of town for
I
a
mean,
minute.
we're in the middle of the city, in the middle of the day. Of course, there's going to be lots of people.
Exactly. I don't need to be here right now.
You're pretty small. You just
I can blend in quite
dug
well.
on the
but
legs.
She's quite small too, so she blends in quite well as well. So we're at the same level.
All right. So you guys are heading to the orchard across the town green. All right. So as you cross the town green, the lawn there, the grass has been cut quite short. You see the occasional bit of like streamer, multicolored streamers that were there, saying that maybe there was a circus in town at one point, but now it's long gone. You eventually cross what was
Do we
left.
recognize any of the streamer colors?
Roll up insight check, I guess, or history.
Good man, it's all the same. I'm gonna try this one again. 10.
10. Looking at it, like it could be from the circus that you guys are with, could be from a different one. You know, it could have even been from, maybe it was like a cattle show or something. You don't really know.
This might have been them, but I'm not sure.
They had a butter eating contest and we missed it.
You missed the butter eating contest.
Well, if it was the circus we're from, I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't know.
I'd love to see one. Heard stories.
Of a butter eating contest? Weird.
The narrator.
The voice of God says.
What?
It's not what I created those animals for.
Right, and then you eventually pass through the remnants of an old town wall that used to encircle Phandalin. Old stones kind of stacked up here and there. Bit of a channel in the ground where a lot of it has been knocked over. But passing that, you start to come into a heavily wooded area of orchard trees. Belmir and Karl, with your high passive perceptions, you guys can hear the thrumming of a bow and arrows thunking into a solid object. Just thunk, thunk, coming from kind of behind the cabin.
Ooh, that's. Are there any apples on the trees?
Yes,
did
quite
you
a
guys
few
relay
red
that? You
apples.
heard that?
Yeah,
Smaller
I
apples,
believe
not
say it
he
to
is
me.
on
actually
the
quite as
backside.
red as you would want, but just probably midway through their life.
Did you hear that?
Fancy
think I
will
did.
climb the tree and
I believe he's behind his
Yeah,
cabin,
Easy enough done. Yeah, you grab
Playing
yourself a
with
couple of
his
apples.
string
For your little halfling hand, they're quite the handful.
I'll grab enough for everybody if they want one. So.
All right, yeah, start picking some apples.
Anyone want an apple?
I'd love one, Fency.
Do you have to trade anything for it?
Didn't say no.
Anyone else?
No, I'm good.
You don't like apples?
Didn't pay for it yet.
Fine. Doesn't matter. Do you even eat? I haven't seen you eat yet.
Just taters.
coffee. I had some toast this morning. There's toast on the table, so
Try an apple, they're delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right on the verge of turning from the kind of sour crab apple-y to the ripe apples. So there's a bit of tartness in there, quite a lot of juice. Refreshing. Right.
tiny under pirate. I'm so excited. No, you really do.
Is it green?
I don't even. And they're green. Oh, Lord. Can't contain myself. I am going to eat this apple out of just sheer nervousness and anxiety.
So anyways,
right.
Darren.
You're just standing eating apples right now on the edge of the orchard. You hear the...
Just keep on walking.
Right. So as you come kind of around the corner of the cabin, you guys do see a dark-skinned elf, but pure white hair pulled back into a ponytail, walking towards a target that he has set up, and he's pulling arrows out of it. And then he's got this very nice-looking longbow that he's carrying, and then he turns around and he spies you all. And he sees the apples in your hands, and looks at you all, and looks at the apples, and looks at you all. And
Bellamy raises his hands. I didn't take anything.
I've not eaten mine yet.
Delicious.
And newcomers come a-knocking. How can I help you all?
Silver for your time.
Time is free right now.
Well, we're looking to kill some marauders. Find more information about the Yarno and what are those? The Scarlet,
The Crimson
the
Rat?
Crimson Rat. Yeah. Anything that you can share about these three things would be most beneficial.
So I take it you all are adventurers then.
You can say that in a word, yeah.
You see his eyes kind of linger on Karl a little bit.
That's how I spell.
And he kind of gives you all just a quick once-over. So, well, come on. Come, sit down. I have a bit of cider I can share with you.
Would that be lovely?
And he gestures you all to the front of his cabin where there's a long wooden bench made out of half of like an oak tree.
How much of dark elf biology do people know? Like common knowledge. Do people know that they are underground blocks and have like that sunlight sensitivity?
Generally, most people would know of drow as the monsters that live in underground. Yeah, they have the reputation of being evil lurkers in the dark. As for the sunlight sensitivity, I think a lot less people would know that. But yeah, a lot of people would know that they're from the Underdark.
I was just wondering if maybe he's squinting or whatever, or if maybe he's accustomed to the surface.
We'll roll a perception check.
It's just hard. Heavy safety.
17 plus 7.
I think Phandalin found his biological father.
So looking at him, elves age much differently than the other races. They never really get old. They always just persist. However, Darren looks old. He's got like some graying hair that's very distinct from the white that he has, and he's got some wrinkles around his eyes and around his mouth, and he walks with like a bit of a limp. I would say with that roll, you put his age to be probably around 600 years old. He
You're not
doesn't.
even a blip.
He doesn't really seem to be squinting. So either he's born and raised on the surface, or he spent more than enough time on the surface that the sunlight sensitivity isn't bothering him. You also notice that he definitely walks like a soldier. Like he is a well-trained fighter probably, and knows his way around a bow and a sword. And yeah, he just looks like an old, tired soldier. Yeah, so he gestures you all to this big, half of like an oak tree that's sitting on a couple of X legs. And then he goes inside and brings out a pitcher of cider. Non-alcoholic, is just apple juice, essentially, with a bit of spice and cinnamon added to it. Pours you all a frothy cup of it. Well, what information are you looking for?
Well, anything that might help, in terms of the Crimson Rite, anything that might help pull them out of power in here. We hear that they've kind of heads swell up a little too big for the britches and not really doing their job, more being a hindrance to everyone here.
Yeah. And he goes up to the steps that are leading up to his cabin, and he brings his left leg up and on the step, and he's kind of leaning on his leg, sipping on his drink, and he's just kind of smiling and shaking his head, and he's like, I've been waiting for a group of adventurers like you to come through. This Crimson Rite needs to be put in place. They've been running amok for months now, and I've been waiting and praying for adventurers to come along who are capable enough to put them in their place.
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you seem pretty capable.
Well, I'm only one, and I'm old. I may not look it, but I doubt I would last long against them. And then, being a resident of the town, I would then put a mark on the town, a target. And I wouldn't want to do that. I've done some work to slow them down and hinder their advances, but again, I'm only one man. I could tell you, though, that their leader is a man called Glassstaff. I haven't seen him around too often. I only spy him from far away. I really believe that their hideout is underneath, and he kind of gestures toward this old ruin that's up on this hill that's kind of right beside the town. That's the old Transcender Manor. That's been a ruin for probably the 300 years it's been since this town was sacked. And I'm sure that that's where Glassstaff's base of operations is.
And I do apologize, Darren. One other thing that we could love to get some information about, if you have any, and I look at Belmere and I say, a fellow dwarf named Gundren.
I know Gundren, yeah.
We are searching for him.
Yeah. And he looks at Belmere, which I rolled fairly high on. He says, I can guess why. I see quite the familiar resemblance here. I don't know if you're a fellow brother or a cousin, but definitely
brother.
Definitely a rock seeker.
Forgotten brother. Oh, I know his family very well. He's got blah, 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 blah.
Me too.
I haven't seen Gundren in weeks now. He went to Waterdeep last time I heard. He's due back, but he hasn't come back.
He went missing on the road.
Well, that's a shame. Hopefully it's not those Cragmaws. They've moved into this area under some force. Incredible force they've moved in. I don't know what they're looking for, what their game is, but they've been raiding non-stop in these hills and mountains.
We dealt a little bit with them.
Captured
How many of these Crimson Rites are running around the city? Roughly.
My tally right now puts them at about 21, 22. Could be more. More are coming every day almost, I find. See a new face every now and then. Makes me worried that they're mustering for like a town takeover. Again, I don't know what their game is. There's not a whole lot of wealth here yet, especially with that mine not open, but you know, hopefully you guys will be able to root that out when you go and show them who's who in this town.
The manor on the hill. Mostly wood?
Stone. Dwarven made. but collapsed.
Unfortunate.
And they all hang out with the sleeping giant.
That's their main hideout. Well, that used to be someone's home. We had a weaver that lived there, but she was the first one that stood up against them, and the next thing you know, she's moved to Neverwinter. Though I never saw her leave town. Now her house is a tap house.
That house, mostly made of wood?
Yes. Insight check. That'd be like a 22.
Wood burns.
All right, that's kind
Way
of what
better
I
than
was thinking.
stone.
Yeah.
How many of them are at that manor? Give or take.
I notice now that they move around in groups of 4. They follow people. I haven't seen any attacks outright, although I did hear that fell to them a couple days ago. Now I haven't seen his wife or children either. He was our woodworker. So.
Did he put up a fuss or anything for them to start
He
following
did.
him?
From what I hear, they approached him for protection money. And he said that they didn't need their protection. And next thing you know, he's dead or disappeared or something. I've heard that he was killed and dragged off. Although the witnesses of that are not the most reliable source.
And how long ago was that?
I'd say that was about 3 days ago.
Dead. He's dead too.
Now, just curious, now, do you think the Crimson Rat, these marauders, the Cragmaws, and Gundren going missing, and potentially even Yarno going missing, do you think that could all be connected?
It very well could, but you definitely have to have some big movers and shakers moving things and pulling on those strings if it is.
Well, I think we're just going to have to find out.
Follow the only lead we have. That's the Marauders. Or we can go.
If you're looking for more work, though, I know a place just south of here, southeast actually, in the hills, called Old Owl Well. A lot of caravans that are making their way across country stop there. It's got good water. But I've heard talk lately of zombies infesting the area.
Tiny zombies?
No, I believe the regular sized zombies. Though there could be a halfling or two in there if that's us.
Tiny zombies.
Looks fucking crazy.
No, I haven't seen anything that small. Although that does make me curious on if zombies can be that small. Interesting.
Scribbling on paper at this point.
What should we do? Should we?
Oh, did we ask him about the wizard?
Did we?
No.
Amar did.
Yamar had mentioned it, yeah, but he hasn't brokered any extra information on that.
What do you know of Yarno's experience?
Well, being a wizard, I kind of assume that he just doing wizard stuff. You know, he did come and go quite often, but this is the longest he's disappeared. It's been, by my reckoning, it's been a couple of months that he's been gone.
Wait, 3 weeks.
Lisa told us 3 weeks.
Well, she would know more than me. I never really go into the townmaster's hall, so I wouldn't see him as often as she would.
What are your thoughts on Harbin?
I was going to say the same thing.
Harbin's useless, but he has money and he has influence, and that's how he's in the position that he's in. he never should have been here. He just moved in, used his money to buy his position, and now he just sits there and swelters. I have no use for the man. I believe he brought this crimson right upon us all.
How long have you said we've been here already? Darren's place?
45 minutes to an hour?
All right, short rest.
Sure. Yeah.
During that time, Fency would have been changing his appearance.
Yeah.
Just pacing back and forth in the apple field.
Darren watches you, kind of corner of his eyes. You're getting your disguise on.
You got mixed up with the wrong woman.
I know how that can be. I find honesty is the best policy in that. But you do what you gotta do.
I will. Don't worry. Stay fucking clear of her.
That's also a good policy.
Well, I don't have any more questions for you, Darren, but if we get into a bit of a tussle with the Crimson Right, would you potentially be there to lend a hand?
If I see it going down, I'll definitely jump into the fray and give you a hand. But I'm no warrior anymore. I try and keep my skills as sharp as I can, but I am really just an orchard runner now.
Well, I appreciate you for your time and your information and your apple, and I hand him 5 silver.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll give you the money back. I'm just happy that someone's here willing to deal with this.
Do you know of anyone else who might not necessarily take up arms, but is just want to come here, but are willing to lend a hand? Maybe we can talk to.
Well, I'll tell you that almost every shopkeep will have an issue with the Crimson Right, especially if they're looking for protection money. Yeah, that'd be my best bet. The rest are all townsfolk. They're not gonna be able to put up a fight. They might be able to, like the Alder Leafs, they would probably put you up in their barn if you're, on the run from them or something, or you need a place to lay low.
One more question. What about any information on Sister Gray? What's her story?
She's a very lovely elven lady. Great to talk to. She's a great heart and soul. She's going to do very fine for herself in this town.
Inside check.
Sure.
I think someone's got a little crush.
Haven't you delved into people's love life enough today?
15.
15. I'd say you get a very fatherly kind of feeling from that. Like she's an elf, she's young, and she's trying to do great things maybe, and he's just kind of tempering and trying to just kind of guide her into, a very prosperous life.
Would you say she's someone to talk to?
She'd have good information, and she's very good with her healing spells. So.
Well, that's good to know. In case we get into a tussle.
Actually, I haven't seen much of her the past
Right
week
here.
or so.
Well, what happens? You go down, sugar. You gonna heal yourself?
Yeah.
When you're dead?
Well, I won't go down before that happens.
Well, I hope not.
We won't let him.
I'll heal myself before I heal someone else.
It's good call.
Then I can heal you.
Call.
Fair. Because you like to get right up in the middle of it. Healers shouldn't do that.
Okay, I'll stay out of the fight next time.
I didn't say stay on the fight. So don't get right up close and personal.
I'll just throw my warhammer then.
That's a splendid idea.
All right. Well, you guys have yourselves a good day then.
You too, dear. Thank you very much.
Oh,
That would be one of the best apples I've
I
ever
can see
had.
it.
It's delicious.
It's quite lovely.
All right.
Well, I took a couple notes, mostly on the amount of side thingamajiggers we got going on. 1, we can do the zombies. 2, we can head out and get some marauders. 3, we can kick the shit out of some crimson rat. 4, we definitely need to find your brother. Find Yano and figure out what the fuck is up with Harmon. 6 things on the docket we need to choose.
Well, I think the Crimson Right one will be the toughest one yet, because there's so many of them. Once we start that fight, it's going to be a big fight.
Well, they move in waves of 4, right? In a 4-man shift. And if they're all bunking down at that house, we just burn it down. We're all sleeping in it.
You're talking about the Sleeping Giant?
Well, yeah.
But they're also
talking
at
about the Stone Hill Inn.
They're also at that Transcender Manor, though. That's
Right.
another place where they stay. So I mean,
I was made of stone, unfortunately.
But, if we take out where they're mostly kind of hanging out here in town, Sleeping Giant, that's a good knock in the pants.
It's a good way to take him down. But what if the Fine Weaver lady's still alive? We'd hate to burn down her house.
It's been more than 48 hours.
Well, we could build her a new.
she's dead already.
I don't know about you, but I don't
over
have
there.
the skills to build a house.
Well, I'm sure we could front her the cash and hire the proper contractors to do the job.
Are those the same one?
But based on the information Darren gave, I'd have to say I don't think if nobody saw her leave town,
There's a good chance she's gone.
there's a good chance she's
Got it back
in a
up.
grave somewhere.
Oh yeah, totally the same.
I mean,
I think these ones have
nobody saw the
sparkles.
wizard
I
leave
was gonna
town.
say, because I didn't know if it was the king.
Granted, he's a wizard, but
Yeah.
nobody saw him leave.
Yeah,
There might
I'm not gonna lie to you, honey. I'm not too sure Yano could be a part of this whole mix-up too.
very well could be, and so maybe he's the one that's taking people out of here. Maybe they have him prisoner somewhere. Maybe they got him prisoner up at the manor.
Well then, you know what? Maybe all those prisoners could build the manor up into some giant shared mansion.
I don't know. I think they'd like to go back to their homes.
We could lure them all into this forest here.
And then burn it down.
Wood burns.
We did learn that from that bridge
Just
in the dungeon there. It does burn pretty well.
like we've stated, we're not from here, so I love the forests from my home. These forests? Give a fuck.
Well,
I'm not a wood elf.
All right. Well, as you guys are leaving Darren's place, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think that's where we're going to end tonight. Thanks for listening. It would really help us if you left a positive review so that others could find us. And feel free to reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook. May the dice ever roll in your favor.